Let's get busy.
Yeah.
I'm here. Podcast time. It's Baxter's 942 in the Highlands, my home away from home. Next up on Shooting from the Lip is the lovely Antoinette. Is it Reyes?
Yes, correct.
You do Reyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone the other day had their spell their name that way, and it was Reyes.
Really?
Not Reyes.
Oh, okay.
To me, it's a 2-syllable name, but
You got it down.
got it. How are you?
Wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Again, with the podcast, Shooting from the Lip tends to connect with local personalities, entrepreneurs. You got that covered. Personality-wise, you got that covered too, because I see stuff that you post on your Facebook, and I enjoy because obviously we're Facebook friends,
Yes.
and so I'm thinking, I got to get her on. We can have some conversation, good conversation. And you also recently was part of, or you were in the Tops magazine, TOPS here in town, Women in Business issue. We'll talk about that too, but let's get a little bit about you.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Louisville?
I was born and raised, went to Presentation Academy.
Catholic girl.
I know, right? And then I've worked at UPS for several years. I was in management there, and then sales is my niche. I love to sell. And I also work at Omni Louisville downtown at Bob's Steakhouse. So come see me sometime.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Got to do that. So, again, all your life, born and raised here.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
I want to relocate eventually to
Really?
a larger market.
Do you?
Thought about Seattle, Vegas, Chicago. With me being in real estate, it's open, so I want to go where there's a larger market.
Right. Well, what's keeping you then?
Well, here right now, I have a job right now that I work with a property management company, Denton and Floyd Real Estate Group, and we primarily help low-income families get into homes, and I really enjoy that. Helping people that typically wouldn't think they can afford or purchase a home, they can. So they just need to have the appropriate resources needed and educated on what they need to do to get themselves in a home.
Like with a lot of things in life,
Yes,
it's education. The
absolutely.
information's out there for people to almost do anything these days.
You can do anything.
Yeah, especially, YouTube it, Google it. You can almost, read something and study something and become something.
Absolutely.
Growing up, what was childhood like? I mean, were you sports, music, anything like that?
Actually, I was a cheerleader and I danced. So
See that?
yeah, I've always been petite and small, so I've always loved gymnastics. So Simone Biles is killing it. I love that.
She is.
I mean, she is truly a beast on the floor.
Yeah.
Yes. So, so as a child, that's what I did: dance, cheerleaded, and I've always worked. So.
Did that take you into high school as well? Cheer?
Yeah. And then that's about it. Yeah.
Then from there, what was, I guess, aspirations when you're getting out of high school? What was your vision of Antoinette 5-10 years down the road? What was the plan then?
Well, honestly, right out of high school, I always thought I'd be a forensic scientist and work for the FBI one day until I started studying that at U of L, and the things people do, you have to be prepared.
Yeah, it's that's I've heard. I actually had someone talk about that kind of work and how the post-traumatic PTSD and all that. I mean, it's you have to be mentally built for something like that.
Absolutely. I mean, I just couldn't handle what people do to children, and I just, so I changed my career path. I did work for UPS for 23 years, so.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Not any longer. 23 years?
Yeah. My son's 25, so.
No way.
Yes.
I have no clue on your age, but you're wearing it well.
Oh, well,
so
thank you. I appreciate that.
You got that going for you. So UPS, then I guess what made you leave UPS?
Well, like I said, I felt like I reached my glass ceiling of opportunity, and I really enjoy sales. So I took the leap of faith and got into real estate and took the exam and passed it. And then 2 years later, I took my broker's exam and passed it. So I really enjoy this path. It's a lot of opportunity, and the sky's the limit in real estate.
Oh, definitely. Real estate sales. And I'm detecting that personality of yours can blend in very well to be able to interact
Absolutely.
very quickly with people. Where's that come from?
I just think that I enjoy people and working with people, helping people. So I just think that I never meet a stranger, so I can be at work and might just have an individual just come up and tell me their whole life story. I just have that effect on people, I think.
Their whole life story. And you'll listen too, right?
Absolutely.
Will you critique? Do you give feedback?
A little.
Okay. So one of the things that, obviously the real estate I noticed that you're involved with, but one of the things that definitely caught my eye with you was the Tops magazine, the Women in Business
awesome.
issue. How did that all come about for you?
Well, just networking and just being in the right place and meeting. I was actually at a BNI function. It's a business network group, and one of the editors for Tops magazine was there, and she asked me to be part of it. So I was like, absolutely. So the company that I'm broker for, we're a partnership. They agreed and thought it would be a good idea to put me in there. Being a minority broker here in Louisville, Kentucky is huge for me, and I want to be out there and get my face out there and meet different people, different races, and help everyone. I want to be more approachable.
With you, I don't see minority. I hear you, I feel you,
Yeah.
and but truth is, things are the way they are, and I get that. In business, has that been something you'd have to find yourself dealing with on the short end, or?
Yeah, I just don't think there's too many. There's not a huge selection of minorities in the brokerage position that are brokers. I feel like that. I don't know why. It's just not too many in Louisville. Now, in maybe Atlanta or bigger markets, it probably is, but there's not a lot here. Just working at UPS, I was in management, like I said, for my last 10 years of my position, and I was the only minority in my building in management. So I just feel like that being a female and a minority, that's two strikes basically, because I have to be better than average.
I hate that, and you're saying that. I feel you. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I would just at this day and age, in this time frame, to have to sit and think that a black female, you've already got two strikes against you.
It's just how it is.
It's fucking sad.
I know,
and
it's
it
sad.
should not be the case.
You just have to, prove yourself more. And
Are you still finding that you're fighting the
No.
power or whatever these days, or is it?
well, actually, in my business, I haven't felt that. I don't know. White guys like black girls nowadays. Just saying.
Just saying.
No, I'm just saying it's just like it's not as it used to be, but I don't know. I just feel like that our president kind of brought out more racism than that we would like.
I'm kind of glad you brought that up, because on here I don't mind talking politics or anything.
It's not a great subject. Religion and politics, they always tell you not to talk about. But sometimes
they're actually interesting subjects because everyone's got a different opinion. This administration, to me, has enabled a lot of people to
make it okay.
To make it okay. This is. Not to be brutally honest, I think what we find with this administration, with the people who support him, is that there's still a lot of racism that exists, and they're free to come, and they feel like now they can just be themselves. They don't have to, when Obama was president, I think some of those people, maybe I don't know, either out of respect for him or the presidency itself, they kind of laid low, but now they're just chests out. And I had this conversation with someone the other day, and I said, it is probably safe to say that a majority of the racists in the U.S. voted and support Trump.
I know.
And it's a friend of mine who voted for Trump, and he's like, "Are you calling me a racist?" And I said, "No, that's not what I said. I said racists support and voted for him, but not everyone is a racist." A friend of mine, he voted for Obama. He just couldn't vote for Hillary Clinton.
Well, sometimes you're just forced to vote for anybody because you don't really know about the two.
And the truth is, with Trump, he did come with a message of draining the swamp, and he's that outsider coming in, and he's the non-politician, but he's not dazzled a lot of people. So.
I know, it's been crazy, and I think that there's with social media and video and camera, a lot is in our face now. It's not hidden. I think it's been going on for centuries, for a long time. It's just that it wasn't brought to our attention until everyone videotapes everything that goes on now.
Everything. And then not everyone, but a lot of people become badasses behind a keyboard, behind, their phone.
Absolutely. On
social media, they're talking shit and, trying to be something clearly they're not. But, I guess, hopefully that will change. But unfortunately, if he gets impeached or voted out, I can see a little bit of an uproar, upheaval with his core base.
I know, it's insane. I've never seen anything like this.
I don't get it. And you got a guy that has clearly cheated on his wives. He's a con man. But you got evangelicals support him. Pastors. It's everything about white is on his side. I don't get it. But then
that's what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know. It's just been around for so long. It's just in our face now.
It is.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the tops. What, with the business thing, what are you, clearly I see you as an entrepreneur. So what are you, what else are you involved with besides, real estate?
Well, eventually I would like to own my own nightclub. My dad had a bar for 20 years.
Here in town?
It was here in town.
What was it?
It was called Polynesian Palace. It was like a neighborhood bar downtown.
Okay.
And that's what I would like to do
Something
eventually.
Like that.
A lot of customers that he had will see me out somewhere and ask me to reopen because they want somewhere nice to go.
Yeah. What happened? Why did it close? Just
my dad's getting older, and it was just time for him to retire.
Gotcha. Didn't pass it down to the family or anything. Wanted to keep it.
He went through a divorce and everything, so you know how those go.
Oh yeah.
So, but my main focus right now is to have monthly seminars to educate first-time home buyers and give them the information they need to purchase a home. So,
first time, is it just with anybody, or are you targeting like minorities?
Or just anybody, because it's going to be for low-income families, so anybody could fall under that category. So I just want to put the information out there to the proper steps you must take to purchase a home,
right?
Because some people just do not know.
You touched on the fact that one of the things that you were looking ahead to do is, maybe leaving this area, going into another market. Do you not see growth here, enough growth that would keep you?
Well, if they brought an NBA team here, maybe.
So but do you believe that our town could really support an NBA team?
Yeah, it's just that they're mostly focused on college sports.
Well, that's where I'm going. Is that to me we're a college city state.
Yeah, I know.
I personally would love to see it. I'm a sport. Yeah.
We just put the soccer stadium over there.
We did.
Yeah.
But NBA,
It'd be awesome though.
That you're talking the elite, at that point, to have LeBron or
That would be awesome. That would bring a
Anthony
lot of.
Yeah, I just it can be pulled off if you have the sponsors
Absolutely.
involved.
Yeah.
If you got a lot of the heavy players in town, and I know that I want to say it was at Dennis or somebody. There's still groups that are trying to make this happen.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I've heard stories though, and maybe you know this. I don't know. I lean blue than red.
You do?
Yeah, I do. But if they came here to Louisville, Yum would be the place they would play. And I've heard in the past, I know during the Jurich era, there's the complications with the relationship with U of L and Yum that would have, I don't know, presented some problems for an NBA team
Really?
here.
Oh, wow.
So, and obviously with Jurich out, I know, for the longest time, Yum was losing money because of the deal that U of L had with them because the university was getting a lot of the revenue off that.
Right.
So supposedly that it's all changed. And but we'll see. I do think with the right people, again, the right sponsors, it could happen. I'm looking at also ticket prices.
Oh, I know.
That's what, and I'm just thinking for this town, do you think from a financial perspective that you
get the support.
you probably will have a decent core base that will be able to afford it, but then I just think it would be hit and miss to always fill up the arena. So, but.
Oh no! I just thought it would be awesome to bring an NBA team here because it definitely would bring the income for sure.
Definitely.
And then
Who's your NBA team? Who's your favorite? Because obviously,
I like the Warriors a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, they're
Are
excellent
you
team.
a Warrior?
No.
Recent, but you've been on their wagon for a while.
For a few years.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not like I don't go wherever the player goes because now Cleveland, nobody ever talks about Cleveland since LeBron left.
No. And they're not really relevant anymore. Either,
I know. They lost by 50 points yesterday, something like that. But
Now, granted, it was preseason, but
still,
they're not. Yeah, they're not relevant right now.
But the Warriors are just I've seen them play, and they're just an awesome team, and they play as a team.
They're arguably they're the consequential team. But heading into this season, I know like Klay Thompson is going to start on the injured reserve, so they're hurting for some people. They're clearly not the favorites this year.
Right, I know.
I'd say because LeBron with Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and you got the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is
amazing.
Yeah,
he's good guy too. And then like the Rockets, who they got? Westbrook and Harden. Yeah. So you know your sports. I like that.
Yeah. But our city's growing too. I mean, look at all the different restaurants we have. We're becoming more of a foodie city.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing too. Clearly, bourbon, the drink speaks for itself when it comes to our state. But I'm starting to find, I think the progression of Louisville and the state has been good food, good drinks. I don't know how connected you are with the music scene. There's a lot of, fortunately for me, I'm a huge fan of the local live music, and there's a lot of talent in town.
It is.
So, for someone like me, I can get my fill here in town.
Well, and if I leave and go somewhere else, this is always going to be home. My family's here. I'll always have a place here, But it would just be cool to go check out a different market. And
have you done that? Have you tried to just go out somewhere for a short time and just to get a feel on what?
Well, a week, I went to California.
But that was for business, or was that in a working capacity?
No,
it was pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little different.
I know.
But the cost of living out there,
I know.
Good God, I just was talking to someone about San Francisco.
Yeah, me too.
It's crazy.
I can't. The
Now-
homeless is very
Oh,
bad there. They were
yeah.
just talking about Skid Row, tents of homeless people, and they use the restroom on the streets, and just
It's you know,
lot of
it's very
lot of
ugly.
illness.
Yeah, it's not all glam out there, and actually it's there's a lot more destitute out there than people. For some reason still people think California they associate with Hollywood and all that. But
that's how it was in L.A. You would think it would be just this glam.
No.
I mean,
Most of
it was
yeah.
kind of poor.
Yeah, poor gangs. I mean, it's that's the real world out there. Where would you go? I mean, give me some of your go-to cities.
Well, I have
attention.
not visited Seattle yet, but I've heard really, really good things
yeah.
about Seattle.
I've not visited. The same. Very cool. It rains a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard that story.
I've heard that the market's supposed to be excellent there. I mean, you might have 10 offers on one house, and they're all like expensive. This cost of living is very high there.
Is it too?
Yeah, I think the median houses are 500,000 and up.
Holy shit! What's the median like here?
It's about 200.
It is 200. Is it
Yeah.
got that? I was thinking maybe a little less, but okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a
And-
big. But at the same time, too, salaries and stuff,
Make up for that.
Should to a degree, but yeah, what you're doing here, you would get paid definitely more.
Oh yeah,
out there.
I can bartend and serve
Yeah.
somewhere out there
Yeah, you
in
can.
between commission checks.
Yeah, and then all those rich dudes will walk in, make eye contact with you, and start tipping you very well. So,
But
what's give me some ideas. What's on that Antoinette bucket list?
my bucket list. Well, I do want to go. I like to travel a lot. So I like Belize and Honduras. That was excellent. I love it there. I mean, to me, retiring is going to one of the islands, not going to Florida somewhere.
That is the plan.
But
Yeah.
I really want to go just do a little more traveling. And, I would love to take off with this real estate business. Honestly, I think it would be awesome to have like a reality show about it. You might want to help me with that. I can see
We
you.
can talk.
Yes.
We can talk. I have. That has been in my head on doing something in town of a reality type thing.
Yeah, we don't have to disclose what we're going to do, but I have some really good ideas.
We can talk.
Yeah,
We definitely can talk.
I think so.
I'm curious because people actually, this is I've got buddies and friends. They know I do podcasts here. So when I post, I don't know if you saw the post I put on the post on Facebook.
Yeah.
My guests and stuff. They're like, "Who's that?"
Oh, wow.
So what I got to ask for people, what's the is there a significant other?
Well, not right now. So, we're going through a little transition right now. So
Is he local?
he was, but he moved to Chicago. So we're just kind of working some things out right now. But I don't know. So, I mean, I just feel like that now you need to, I think it's important to make sure that you make really good decisions on the people that are in your life because it's going to determine your future.
Of course. Yeah.
And especially when you're, getting a little older. I mean, you don't have 20, 30 more years to make a mistake anymore.
No, at my I know I'm older than you, so that my
Probably not.
take. I'm older than you for sure. My take at my age right now, I look at things day to day.
Yes.
Yeah, I try to have some kind of a game plan for 5-10 years down the road, but I'm trying to really focus on the moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess in theory, even the young people can drop dead for whatever reason.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's crazy. Like you see things on the news and internet all day long, and it's like, God.
How is what's your relationship with social media? Do you play into it? Do you enjoy it? Do you get it? I mean, how do you?
Well, I think that you can do a lot with social media. As far as like with my business, it's free advertisement. I mean, I have
Clearly.
5,000 Facebook friends. It's just, again, what we were talking about before, educating yourself and learning how to do that. There's a way to capitalize with Facebook, but people, I don't go on there and say, I've had pancakes for breakfast today.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So, but I do like some of the posts that are on there is fun. They're funny. Some of the videos I watch, but people are very creative coming up with some of these videos. They can make some money off of it.
Clearly, with social media, with YouTube and all this stuff, a lot of people are really one moment away from going viral. And if you go viral with the right thing, on YouTube, you get millions of hits. You're going to get a little bit of payday.
Yeah, you can become a millionaire overnight. So when I was coming up, I mean, we didn't have things like this. It's amazing, but it's
I'm just going to ask, when did you graduate high school?
I can't tell you that because you'll figure it out. But
I graduated 85.
Okay, you're just a little older than me.
Okay, so we're close then. Okay, all right, fair enough.
But what I was going to say is that there's more millionaires right now with social media. You just need to educate yourself and learn, you know what I mean? Because there's 21-year-old millionaires just because they post a YouTube video and they get millions of views, and it's unbelievable.
There's a kid out there that's like 12 or 13, and all he does is review toys.
My niece watches him, and he made $10 million in 1 year.
And of course, being 12 years old,
he was
a lot of that goes to his parents, which is probably not a bad job. So now his parents, their daytime or their full-time job is to manage the kid.
Yes.
But, again, we're all one moment away.
Absolutely. You just have to find your niche and figure it out. I mean, there's so many ways to make money in our country. That's why everybody wants to come to the United States, because it's you just have to be still and figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
And obviously technology and all this stuff is really good here. And there's a lot of creativity, a lot of people who can
the memes and
think outside the box. And I can't keep up with my kids, I can't imagine, growing up when I was in high school, I'll just leave that. There was no social media.
No.
We were playing after school. I wasn't online gaming. I was outside playing basketball or, something, something.
That's and then it's just now that's how come they're so good at it, because that's all they do.
Yeah.
But if you go to Kroger and give a teenager $100 bill and ask for change, they're all messed up.
Totally.
Right.
you especially if you hand them like
with the change.
With the change, you hand the change just so you get all bills,
yes.
And then they're just.
Yes.
You got to walk them through the process.
You have to get your phone out, get the calculator out, and show them. That's crazy to me, because everything's at their fingertips. They don't have to really know.
One thing I heard, I don't know if you know who Joe Rogan is.
Yeah, he has his podcast.
And it's kind of how I
love it.
I'm kind of doing kind of the Rogan look. He is my guy. He had Elon Musk on not too long ago, and it was something very cool where they got to talking about artificial intelligence and how technology is moving to the point where robots and shit is going to be able to just do things. And Elon Musk brought up a good point that we are already artificial intelligence, but our intelligence is our phone. You put it in your pocket, take it out, and you can ask it. Anything, and it will give you an answer.
Well,
for the most part,
anything. I mean, a different language now.
In languages, obviously you can talk to people, you can video, and shit's real time, and so I mean, we're kind of already there, and it's just crazy how. Right now it's like I've got grandsons.
What?
Yeah, and and it blows me away that at 2 years, they're a little older too, but when they were 2 years old, they're holding a smartphone, and I'm watching him scroll through YouTube, and he'll go find the videos, and he'll get on Netflix and start doing, finding it, and I'm just blown away. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
I know. That's how my niece is. She's like, you're only on 3%. I mean, and she knows how to find games.
Yeah.
What's your passcode? I mean, 3 years old asking me that.
And so, yeah.
So what do you, I just want to ask you, what do you think about that? Like,
Yeah, I have this conversation with my daughter too, because it's, and I say this in a very, try to be as respectful as I can, but it almost makes parenting a little lazy. Because and I I told her this. I said, when you all were 2-3 years old and you were acting up, we had to deal with you.
Absolutely.
Now you hand them a phone and they're quiet and they're just in a corner and they're sitting on the couch.
Oh my gosh,
and
so
you're
funny.
you've just, your stress level has dropped right away. Where I'm actually, I'm trying to, back in the day, I'm conversing, I'm having a conversation with you, and then you fight me, and, we'd argue back and forth. If I had a phone and handed it to you, you would have shut up, and, and all this stuff. But
I know it. It's crazy.
yeah, so from that perspective, I don't know. That's a touchy thing, because it's different parenting.
Yes.
Totally different than what I went through as a kid with my parents.
Yep.
What my kids went through with me, and then
And
watching
their
them, how it's like.
So easy. I mean, you
Yeah.
can pull up a video how to tie your shoes now, and the little kids are watching the video, learning how to do it, and the parents don't even have to teach them. Like I had to teach my son. You know what I mean? It's totally different.
Yeah, I think one of them wanted to watch. It was a few years ago. Easter eggs, and so they watched the video, or he watched the video, and he was able to figure it out. And this is like he was at 5 then, and I'm like,
I know. I mean, nowadays you can ask your kids how to do something on the computer.
I know.
They'll know how to do it.
right, yeah, it's crazy. And that's not going away. It's going to keep it advancing and developing. In 10, 20 years, where are we at then? I mean,
I forgot which car was that drives itself.
Tesla.
Yeah. It drives itself.
It drives itself. But see, that I don't get. Here's the thing. If I'm in a car, why would I want to get in a car and have it drive me?
And go to sleep.
If I want, you basically go to sleep, and you're putting on. I just don't know. I think I'm just one of those things. If you get in a car, you should drive it. You should enjoy driving it. If you don't want to drive a car, get in a freaking Uber or get a limo,
or
something. Get on the Tark. That I don't get. But I've heard the stories how people, I have someone I know has a Tesla, and they talk about how their drive to every morning to work is so peaceful. They get in, they barely got their finger on the wheel, and they're watching something on their, something, and to them they're like, it's so stress. It's less stress. And maybe it is. And, probably it's one of those things where, we're knocking it, but as soon as we do it,
we're like, ooh, I want one.
Why didn't I do that a year ago? But
I know, but you're trusting the car.
But you are trusting the car. And to me, that's a lot. I have trust issues with people right now.
Me too.
And you think about it, we're driving these machines, these big ass machines. And in some cases, you're driving, 50, 60 miles an hour with traffic, coming at you from the other lane. And the only thing that's dividing you is the 2 yellow lines. You're putting a lot of trust in that.
Right.
Because in a moment, it can all go away.
It's crazy.
We're getting deep. This was check this out. This was on your Look at this.
Wait a minute. Let me see.
Can you see it? This is on your page. I saw someone that posted this.
Which one?
The kid
Oh,
with
yeah, I posted that because, well, my friend, I said, please tag me with that. Do you see that?
I mean, that's for
he's-
people not seeing. There's a kid, literally. I don't know what country this is because I didn't see the. I'm only watching. I'm not getting the sound. He is literally probably 2 years old, maybe
Yes.
tops,
Yes.
maybe even less.
Look at this.
Playing with what appears to be at least a 20-foot python, boa constrictor, or something,
Having fun.
having a blast. He's sitting on it, and what's even more crazy, is the snake has not already ate him.
Right. He must have already had dinner.
He must already have dinner.
Because-
Must have ate his brother. Sorry, I've
They
already
kind
had
of
one.
wrapped around him and
Look,
look.
right here.
I know.
Playing.
Oh my God. And he's not even scared.
No. To me, every snake out there, it's poisonous. I don't even want to get. I don't care if it's a little 10-inch garter snake. To me, it's poison, and I don't have nothing to do with it.
But, Kevin,
Yes.
I can't handle spiders. I'll take those.
No, can't. No, spiders. Ugh.
I'll take a snake over a spider.
Would you?
Yeah.
Now you're also. I noticed this. What's this? The auto injury consultant. You're
So, I'm
medical legal liaison.
Yeah, actually, that's a good little marketing tactic I have right now because I work.
Tactic.
Yes, on Facebook.
I
Yeah.
got you. All right.
So, what it is that I have a connection with some attorneys and a chiropractor that if you've been involved in an accident, he'll guide you in the right way and where you need
It's
to
not
go.
any of those attorneys or doctors that have those posters of themselves on the back of a TARC bus, is it?
No.
Okay.
So really,
Not that it would be a problem.
if you've been in an accident, see, I do it all. You've been in an accident, call me, and I'll get you connected.
Call her.
Call me.
Well, so I guess literally you are a liaison. You're just kind of a middle person to.
Yeah. So they just, because they know that I have 5,000 Facebook friends, and it's a good way for me to get their business out and help them out. So.
Yeah, I'm with this podcast. I'm not. I'm a straight shooter.
Okay.
I'm not going to pull punches. It's safe to say your looks has probably allowed you to
Help me out a little bit.
a little bit. Fair?
Probably.
Probably. Come
Well,
on.
I think that looks help. You just got to take care of yourself.
I'm not taking you're making a general statement. I'm talking about yours.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Makes me.
Well, don't definitely take it as a compliment, but
Yeah. I think that you just got to use what you have.
I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, because those guys just came into
Right.
Bob's and
If you can back up, here's the thing. If you're attractive and you got that going for you, but you can ace a quiz, to me, looks and brand, that's the ultimate package. So,
thanks.
so
I tried.
you tried. What else? You got the
Well, you have to
Injury.
have more than one stream of income to get the things you want.
okay.
You know what I mean? I think.
So how many
I don't have
hours
to-
in a day are you working?
I don't work. Okay, so I work at the Omni downtown at Bob's. Maybe.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, I work there maybe.
So right
3 or
right
4.
now, you're doing the Omni.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing real estate. You're doing this injury liaison thing.
Yeah,
Didn't you mention one
that's
more?
it.
Oh, no, you were just talking bartender.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
That's
my
it.
own establishment.
Yeah.
Oh, and I said the reality show.
Yeah.
But that all ties
figure
in.
that. Yeah. We could talk because I think you could pull that off.
I think so.
So yeah,
We met for a reason.
we do. We everyone crosses paths for a reason.
Yeah. And it's up to you to do something with. You don't meet a person by accident.
No,
It's a
I
reason
agree.
behind it. So you just learn from everybody you meet.
And that's one reason why I do this podcast.
I love
because
it.
I feel with this podcast, what's cool is like this one, Shooting from the Lip, is strictly with a local flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the local scene. I love I'm friends with musicians, film industry people, real estate.
Mm-hmm.
any and everybody, and the food industry, all that stuff. And I'm always having a good conversation with people. And one thing I kind of take pride in myself is that I think I know a little bit about a lot of things. And what I don't know, what I want to know more, I connect with someone to come on and educate me, and we have a conversation about it. So to me, it's no, I'm not staring at you the whole time. I'm listening.
I know. No, I really think that you meet people for a reason,
We do.
and we learn from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So you are amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, this is amazing. I love what you're doing. My son, it was like after the podcast, asking him how to get it going. He works for WHAS.
Does he?
He's an editor for them.
Oh, really? Okay.
So he was just like, find out what he uses.
We were on. It was in July. One of the things with the podcast has afforded me some opportunities to do events, host events, and I did one in July where a local film guy, Antoinette Reyes, very talented cat. He just put out in March a horror film that hit the indie scenes, like a small film, and it's just won all kinds of awards. He hasn't sold the rights yet, but he's sitting very pretty with it. And I'm a fan. I love comedy, and one of the things that I did in 2017 was we roasted a local musician, like a celebrity roast. And we did that.
Cool.
And so I resurrected that in July where we roasted Antonio. And we were on Great Day Live with Angie Fenton to promote it. So that's my little tie to WHAS recently. But yeah. So yeah, with this podcast, it's given me the opportunity to host. I'm going to do 2 roasts a year with local personalities, and I host music events and stuff like that. So it's
awesome.
But the theme is also to the roast benefited like Fund for the Arts. So we there's a cover or whatever, and we put proceeds to some charity or some event. So, and that to me, that's my way of
Giving back,
paying forward.
I love it. Yes, that's great.
Yeah, well, definitely. We have to talk. And I think we can figure out some ideas
Absolutely.
Together. So
2020 is going to be good.
I think so. And it's, 2 months away?
I can't believe it.
Yeah, because when is it? No, I guess, what is it? Fall back, spring? Yeah, fall back. So but that's not until November, right?
Right.
Yeah. We were just talking, my 5-year run for Shooting from the Lip is technically November 14th. And we're going to have a thing here Tuesday night, the 26th, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
I'll be here.
I will, yeah. I will stay connected with you.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
kind of feeling there's a vibe that I'm going, and I think we could maybe pull some stuff off together. So, all right, we're winding this down. Let me, I do kind of a rapid fire thing, just some questions.
Okay.
First concert you attended?
Janet Jackson.
That's bad.
I love Janet Jackson.
I saw her the other day. She still looks fucking amazing.
Oh my gosh.
If you were stuck in an elevator with a celebrity, who would it be?
With the celebrity? Let's see. No yet. Well, I did like Darren Sharper until he was caught raping all those women. I was like, what
that's
the
a
hell?
buzzkill. Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Wow. No, yeah, I can see why you don't like it anymore. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
To see the future.
Okay. If pet peeve. Give me a pet peeve. Something just drives you crazy.
My pet peeve is to, I don't know, just be on time.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
If you had access to a time machine, well, you just kind of tipped what your superpower would be, but I'm giving you a time machine as a regular person.
Yeah.
It's not a superpower. And you can go anywhere in the past just to observe. Where would you go?
I would go back to high school.
Really?
Yeah, because I want to redo some things.
No. Well, here's the trail. You're not changing.
Oh.
Yeah, you're only going to observe. So I get what you're saying. You would have gone and changed, but that's changing the future. You're only going to observe. So probably you're not going back to high school. Where would you? Well, I mean, I don't know. Where would you go? You're only going to observe. Or was there something you did in high school that you want to go back and watch you do it again?
Right. Okay, I'll just say when I turned 21 to observe.
Really?
Yeah, I'll leave it like that.
Was that a good?
Yeah,
time?
it was fun. Yeah.
These last three questions. First two are yes or no. And the last one, the third one, is just give me an answer in 2 sentences or less.
Okay.
First one, is there a God? To me, well, let me preface this. These are to me, arguably are the 3 most important questions ever to ask.
So I have to say yes or no, right?
It's a yes or, to me, it's a yes or no question. I mean,
I know, but it could be called something else. Higher being.
a higher being.
Yes.
So, all right, let me. Is there such thing as a God that churches proclaim exists?
No.
I'm with you. So but you believe in a higher power.
I do.
Okay, I'm with you there. Are we alone in the universe?
No.
That's a good answer. One of my other podcasts I do is a UFO podcast.
Oh, I got to be part of that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the paranormal. The UFO podcast I just started up. I'm doing it with a couple guys who had a show on the History Channel for 2 years. Well, you've heard of Ancient Aliens, right? Their show is called Hangar One: The UFO Files, and they're part of a group called MUFON, Mutual UFO Network. So they had a show on the History Channel that came on right after Ancient Aliens and actually beat Ancient Aliens in ratings. But they didn't renew them for a 3rd season, mainly because Ancient Aliens was up for renewal, and they played if you're going to renew them, we're not going to renew. So they got rid of the other, because Ancient Aliens is kind of like tied together with history.
Right.
But what we're doing with that podcast is we're going back to every one of their episodes. We review that episode from our perspective now, because it's about 5 years old, and we have guests on, and a few of the guests we've had on are kind of UFO names, people who are internationally known. So it's been fun.
Yeah.
All right, so the last one. What happens when we die?
That's so. It's kind of sketchy. It makes you feel kind of weird, but I just feel like that we're our spirit's in a shell. So when we die, we lose the shell, and then we
is it
go
energy?
out to, it's energy.
Okay.
I think. But I think that what your role is here on the earth determines where your spirit goes when you pass away. That's why you see ghosts, because maybe they have unfinished business.
This is not one of my questions, but I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
Heaven and hell. Do you believe in that?
I think that you create your own hell. So I think
that could be
in
your
here,
daily,
right? Like the people that are on drugs, that's all they do is live to try to get this drug. That's hell for them. And right here on this,
or the people who stay with those people.
That's hell for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and maybe you're staying there to support or try to help, but if you're part of the problem.
So I don't know if there's I know there's demons, but I don't know if there's a separation between heaven and hell. I know that you can create hell for yourself.
I agree.
And open the door for demons to come in and all of that. So
I think it's a lot of it is your own energy, your vibe connects with certain people, certain things,
Right.
and a lot of people can put themselves in those situations.
Right. So since I think about real estate a lot, I meet a lot of real estate people, whereas you probably don't. You probably meet people like in the industry, music, you know what I mean? So I think that your thoughts create what happens in your life.
Right. I totally agree. Good stuff. Where can people, if they want to connect with you, follow you, do you do like Instagram and all that?
I do want to do that. I want to I want to hire a networking company to kind of get me going with Instagram, because I know that's another way to make
It is.
connections. I have a couple ideas what I want to do next year, but I can be reached at 502-403-0275, and I would love to help anyone that's ready to buy. Why rent when you can buy? I like to, my little motto is going to be dream it, find it, live it.
I like that.
Yes, come see me. And
You got a shirt and all, any of that?
No,
Yeah, you need to get that.
Do you
Well,
like
I can
it?
help you. Yeah, we can
Yes.
do that. Yeah, I've got
So I
shirt
just-
people and all that.
And that ties in what we were talking about, like thinking about things. So you might have this house that you think about all the time. You can have that house.
Right.
Just make it happen.
Antoinette came in and killed it. It's
Yes.
very nice to meet you.
Oh, likewise.
And,
Thank you so much.
I think we're going to become good
Besties.
friends. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Thanks.